Hello, dear viewers. This is not an exclusive interview. Today we have Kavakul with us, Kozlaiva, the head of the potato cluster in the Kyrgyz Republic. Hello, Kavakul.
Hello, Victor.
Central Asia is rapidly developing in potato farming, and Kyrgyzstan is no exception. The potato cluster. What is this association in the Kyrgyz Republic? Who does it bring together? And what are the goals and objectives of your cluster?
The potato cluster in the Kyrgyz Republic was established in 2022, officially registered as a legal entity, uniting all farmers, interested participants. For the development of this sector, the cluster was created at the initiative of the Ministry of Agriculture, as in 2021. There was a decree from the President of the Kyrgyz Republic about the development of clusters. In general, that is, regardless of the direction, and according to this decree, the Ministry of Agriculture of the Kyrgyz Republic developed a concept for the development of cluster associations in the agro-industrial complex. The main goal of creating cluster associations was to ensure food security, one of the main goals. And the second goal is, of course, competitiveness. We were created for this purpose. At this stage, we are uniting more than 1,000 small farmers and more or less medium-sized farms. This is a citrus.
50, let it be for now, as long as the republics exist. If we talk about the total area of the cluster, what is the area allocated for potatoes? Do you have that figure?
Well, roughly, those in general. According to official data, Kyrgyzstan produces more than 1 million tons of potatoes annually, of which 45%. How do you engage with the farmers in the potato cluster?
Information has appeared on the internet that the government of the Kyrgyz Republic plans to impose restrictions on the export of potatoes. Is this true, and what are they? What actions is the cluster union taking to protect the interests of the participants in the cluster association?
That's a very good question. Yes, in fact, as soon as we found out, as you can see on the internet, that our government is planning to ban the export of potatoes, we reached out. It was the cluster that initiated not to impose a ban. And what was encouraging is that the government responded quickly to our appeal. We organized meetings with exporters and producers. On one hand, we understand the concerns about construction because the price depended heavily. In Kyrgyzstan, we have 2 huge cities, mega cities. At least in one city, there are over 1.3 million people. And in the second, let's say, 2 million. And this is like socially, one of the socially significant products for pensioners, teachers and doctors and so on. In fact, that's a very high price, and to regulate this price, the government was concerned and wanted to impose an export ban. But as a result of our meeting, we came to a dialogue. The cluster acts as a bridge. The space between farmers and the government has come to the point where the government is ready to provide space in the market so that farmers at least can eliminate a few intermediaries, and farmers could sell their products at a fair price, so there wouldn't be an unfair price, and as long as there is such an agreement, and for now there is no ban. It's only now.
That's it. It's great that the government of the Republic of Kyrgyzstan is being accommodating. Your potato producer and the direct sales opening in major cities might allow for additional earnings for farmers to develop their crossover. Tell me, in general, is there a surplus of potatoes in Kyrgyzstan, or is there a real shortage of potatoes?
According to our unofficial sources, there isn't a real shortage because farmers are still holding on to their produce. Here they are used to waiting for the price until spring. They are still storing it. Literally yesterday, before our inquiry, after our inquiry, we had discussions with our participants, the farmers. And yesterday we even went and checked out some warehouses. In fact, there is no shortage at the moment. So the ban will lead to losses because 3 years ago there was exactly the same situation. It was exactly with onions when a temporary ban was imposed on farmers, not just on selling them. They couldn't even salt them, let alone anything else. They even had to throw them away because that situation didn't happen. We're quickly working on kvass to potato, together with the construction. We're holding such events so that it would be beneficial for both farmers and the local population.
A few years ago, I had the chance to visit the Republic of Kyrgyzstan at Lake Issyk and make sure that the Republic has large areas for mountain ranges. What do you think are the prospects for development, considering that Central Asia is developing dynamically, both in terms of population size? Are new potato processing enterprises being opened and planned? What place do you think the Republic of Kyrgyzstan can take in Central Asia?
In my opinion, there is huge potential for the development of this sector, especially in seed production, as our climate allows for it. Above, that is where they also produce regular table potatoes. They are already growing above at an altitude of 1,200 meters. And further, if we continue to work in this direction, we have huge potential for the development of seed production, where in the future, Kyrgyzstan could provide quality free from diseases to supply Central Asia, at least part of Central Asia. There is such potential.
I really hope that the companies involved in seed selection and production will pay attention to your republic and study it in more detail. I think that the cluster association will be the facilitator that will gladly showcase all the opportunities and potential of your republic.
Thank you, God willing. We also hope so, because it's not just the climatic conditions. There are already where our farm export seeds, where they use seeds specifically produced in Kyrgyzstan, in the countries of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. And when we had the best connections with Tajikistan, this year they also resolved and we exported there too.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to clarify the situation regarding the export ban that is circulating on the internet, that there is currently no such ban and none is planned. I hope that our meetings will be regular, at least once a month, and you will be able to share what achievements you have in the Republic, what possible tasks and problems you have, and how you are solving them. And thank you very much for taking the time to talk today.
And I thank you for inviting us, highlighting our Kyrgyzstan among all your other followers who are specifically interested in potato farming. And perhaps thanks to this program, we will also find some ways to collaborate. There is also such a potato cluster. Thanks to your program, it will serve as a bridge for developing cooperation.
Thank you very much. Yes, I will post information about your cluster under the video, and see you soon. Goodbye.